Na'o, what is it that you see? Mai imiana ke kupu malamalama me kapono ame kohaloha hoala ke kupu imiana hoala Hoala Amama Uwanoa. Mai kapiko akapo'o akapoli o kawawai. Ala'a mana kihi eha o ke kino. I bless you from the top of your head to the soles of your feet, to the four corners of your body, and wherever it is needed most in your life. Mai kapiko akapo'o akapoli o kawawai. Ala'a mana kihi eha o ke kino. Mai kapiko akapo'o akapoli o kawawai ala'a mana kihi eha o ke kino. Mai kapiko akapo'o akapoli o kawawai ala'a mana kihi eha o ke kino. Mai kapiko akapo'o akapoli o kawawai ala'a mana kihi eha o ke kino. Mai kapiko akapo'o akapoli o kawawai ala'a mana kihi eha o ke kino. Mai kapiko akapo'o akapoli o kawawai ala'a mana kihi eha o ke kino. Mai kapiko akapo'o akapoli o kawawai ala'a mana kihi eha o ke kino.
Akapoli o kawawai ala'a mana kihi eha o ke kino.
Hello. So we enter in seeking the spirit of enlightenment. And we are here together and gathered together as one, entering with pono and with our love. This is what we seek. Awaken to enlightenment. Awaken, awaken, awaken. This is what the chant says. And you have said that what you would like to learn is aloha. Akaha'i, lokahi, olu olu, ha'a ha'a, ahonui. And we seek balance and harmony. LomiLomi isn't only about a spiritual science. It is, a physical science. It's a spiritual art. So, mahalo for being here today. We'll gather together and do our pule. I'm going to be sharing with you the Hawaiian values. Hawaiian values are very important because what they do is the stories remain true to the value. If you say to someone, you need to be patient, you need to be honest, you need to have trust, right away they're on the defensive. But if you tell them a story, then they're more open to hear what you have to say, and they will translate it into what's happening in their own lives. I would like to read to you, first of all, a little saying from that great that great person named Dear Abby. She has some wonderful things to share with us, and it's called The Paradox of Our Times. The paradox of our times is that we have taller buildings but shorter tempers, wider freeways but narrower viewpoints. We buy more but enjoy it less, have bigger houses and smaller families, more conveniences but less time. We have more advanced degrees but less common sense, more knowledge but less good judgment, more medicine and less wellness. We have multiplied our possessions but reduced our values. We have higher incomes but lower morals. We have been all the way to the moon and back but have trouble crossing the street to meet a new neighbor. We've conquered outer space, but our inner space is still a mystery to many of us. We have cleaned up the air, but polluted the soul, split the atom, but not our prejudices. We talk too much, love too seldom, and hate too often. These are times of steep profits and shallow relationships. More leisure, but less fun. 2 incomes and more divorce. It is a time when there is much in the showroom and nothing in the stockroom. A time when technology can bring a letter to you in seconds, and you can choose either to make a difference or just hit delete. So this is why values are important. These are things that our parents have taught us, our grandparents have taught us, and one of the examples I always use is my Chinese gung, my grandfather, and if we walked out the door, we slammed the door, he'd say, get over there, open the door, and close it quietly. So we learn how to be respectful. So I would like to share with you our Hawaiian values, which are universal core values. The first Hawaiian value that I would like to share with you is the word ma lama lama. Can you say that, please?
Ma lama lama.
Ma lama lama means enlightenment. This is a story of a kahuna, and he had his haumana, his students that were there. And he came over to where they were sitting under the tree and said to them, I have something very important to show you. And he had a little jar, and in it he had a kukui nut. And he dropped the kukui nut into the jar until it was filled all the way to the top. And then he asked his haumana, is this jar full? And they said, yes, it's full. And he said, not yet. And he got some little pebbles and he dropped it in, and it filled up all the little spaces between the kukui nuts. And he said, now this is full. And again they agreed and said, yes, it is full. And he said, nope, it's not full yet. So he got some sand, and the sand filled up all the tiny little places, all the way to the very top. And now his haumana exclaimed, yes, now it is full. And he said, not yet. And he got some chocolate milk. I don't know where kahunas get chocolate milk from, but he got some chocolate milk and he poured it in there, and this time it filled to the very top. And he said, now this jar is full. He said the kukui nut represent the important things in your life. your spouse, your family, your children, your health, your friends. The pebbles represent the other important things in your life that are less important. Your job, your home, your car. He said the sand is all of the little things. If you put the sand first into the jar, you won't have room for the kukui nuts. And so we learn that it is important to spend time with our families, have dinner with them, ask them how they are feeling, what they think, and all the rest will fall into place. We need to take better care of ourselves by being healthy. We need to spend the time with those who are important in our lives. Well, one of the haumana asked, "Excuse me, can you tell me, what about the chocolate milk?" And he smiled and he said, "No matter what's going on in your life, there's always room for chocolate." Opuhuli means turn. And this is a turned stomach. It happens frequently to many, many people. The stomach, which this area that we're speaking of, is a carburetor of the body. When the carburetor is not working properly, it throws everything else off in the body. So the person may experience not only lower back pain, digestive upset, shortness of breath, and in women, when their opu is turned, it will tilt their uterus. It displaces their uterus. So they have symptoms such as menstrual cramps and pain, or even infertility. So this is something that will help a wide variety of problems. Okay, now Opuhuli is a Hawaiian spiritual art. And with Opuhuli, it has to be done correctly. And you have to stand in the proper place, and you have to do the proper alignment of the stomach. Because of the descending colon, the transverse colon, the way everything is set up, it has to be done in this order. First thing you do, when the person's on the table, you're going to align their head and their feet in a straight line, and you're going to press against their feet. What you're checking for to see is if both legs are of equal length. Most times they're not. But if one is shorter than the other, the one that's shorter is the one that's pulled up on the stomach. Rather than pushing back on her toes like this, put your thumb behind and look at her feet. Can you see that this foot is so much shorter than this one? If you look down at their heels, you can tell also. Yeah, you can see. If in doubt, what you can do is put a piece of paper underneath their foot, and then with a pen go around it, and you'll see it. So her stomach is pulled up on the right-hand side. Okay, next thing you do, stand on the right-hand side of them. I'm going to have you hold this, please. And then using your left hand, you're going to put lotion on their stomach. You're going to press with your hand standing up like this. You're going to press down all the way to their pico, their belly button. How many times do you do it?
As many times as you need.
As many times as is needed. So if you can do this in 3 times, fine. If it takes 8, that's what it is. Opuhuli is not done at 95 miles an hour because we run over their opu and you'll feel their stomach go right under your hand. Okay, slowly. Maybe 45 miles an hour is okay. Now what side should we stand on? On her right. Okay, so what I usually do too is a lot of people are not used to you working on their stomach. So when you open up where their stomach is, they're very protective, you know, they're like, what are you doing? So I always, when I check their feet, I'll say, your right leg is shorter than your left. This means that you have opuhuli. Your stomach is turned, you may have fallen or tripped or carried something heavy. I'm going to put some lotion on your stomach to put it back into alignment. Thank you. So then I'm going to her stomach here, and then I'm going to tuck it into her shorts like this. Okay. You have a nice stomach. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna put some lotion on your stomach. Okay, my left hand standing straight up. See where her ribs are. This is the top, and then we usually have. I put a saran wrap on here to show you, but I won't this time. Here's the top of the xiphoid process. I mean the bottom goes below both ribs and right across where her pico is. So here is a triangle that we spoke of. Right here. Okay. So, which hand do you think I should use? Left hand, standing straight up, using the edge here. Take a breath. Exhale, push down. Can you feel how slowly the energy moves? Top, below the xiphoid process, go below their ribs and then across. Down and then across. And then I'm going to come on the other side. I'm sorry, let me, thank you. Then I'm going to come on the other side, do the same thing. My hand is flat this time. Flat here and standing up, coming across. Same stroke. Okay, the next one I'm using my right hand and I'm going from the top of the triangle down below her ribs all the way to the side. Then I'm pulling up, turning my hand and pushing right across. It's unfolding. Can you feel that? It's unfolding as I bring it across. And I have a firm pressure. Not hard, but firm. That's it. Seems very easy. Sometimes Opu has been out of place so long that it's like used to being there. So you need to kind of guide it back into place. With babies, you do it 3 days in a row. So what I do is, I set their little Opu back in place and I show the mother how to do this. Because she will be there with the baby, she can do it every day. We fill you with God's love to every corner of your heart. And then we ask for the blessings upon them that you know that they might need. If it's for a heart that's hurt, what would you like to bless her with? Forgiveness. What else? Trust. Peace. And so this is what. Joy. Okay, so these are the things we add to her heart. Okay. Then we go to her stomach. Stomach represents anger, fear, anxiety, worry. And how you can tell what's here is if you lift your hand and you're going to put it over her stomach, you're going to feel that energy on the bottom of your hand. And in fact, would you like to do this with me as we go along? Maybe what I'll just do is I'll go through it quickly. So stomach, anger, fear, worry. We're going to release it. We're going to fill it with God's love, and you're going to add your blessings for them. Whatever it is that is needed. Intuitively, you will know. And you say that to bless them. Okay, now we need to ground her. So at her feet, we're going to get our hands to put it under her feet, our thumb on the top. And I want you to think of yourself as a tree reaching for the sky. I'm the roots of the tree that go deep into the ground. So everyone else can breathe with me. And feel free to use the shells if you need them. See how tight it is right here. Come down into that one here. What is going on? And you can hear the music of the ocean. Now, how long has this shell been playing the music of the ocean? Forever. We just haven't lifted it up to our ears so that we can hear it. So it's always been singing about mermaids, about the crashing surf, and about the beautiful water. But we haven't been tuned in to listen to what it has to say. This is the same way it is with Spirit. Spirit speaks to us constantly. But we're either going like, was that me? Did I just imagine that? So we need to trust that what we hear is of worth.